This a reminder. This a reminder.
What's up, hot? You do? Yeah, I'm built this. We never. No stress, regret, but it's not sad.
Y'all, we literally have 4 more months left in this year. But these 4 months could literally be all that we need to get it together. Now, every year we call it something different. Last year it was the winter arc. This year it's the great lock-in. The name and the trends may change, but the theme stays the same. The idea is that we use the end of the year to completely lock in and focus on goals that we may have forgotten about throughout the year. It's easy to get distracted. It's easy to procrastinate. It's easy to let things get in the way of the dreams that we have and the goals that we had set out for ourselves. But as we move into the cooler months and the fall time, which is a time for reflection, it's the perfect time to sit with ourselves and sit with the goals that we had set out for ourselves, to really lock it in with us and focus on getting things done before the new year comes. This is the perfect time to prepare, to plan, to focus, so that we are prepared and not walking into the new year scrambling, but rather walking into it already winning. This is the perfect time for you and I to lock in. This is exactly how we're going to do it, okay?
Life goes on, honey, my babies.
Now, if y'all know me, y'all know I don't shy away from being vulnerable. I don't shy away from being transparent. I had some goals set out for myself that I started in the middle of the year that I wanted to have done by the summertime, and I didn't. I let myself get distracted by doing other things and filling my time up with things that were not a part of my plan, not a part of my goal. And so I had to push my own deadlines back. And I will say that I was very disappointed in myself. However, I still have time. You still have time. So if you are also a person who had something that you wanted to do for yourself, for your business, just something that you wanted to start and you didn't get around to, that's okay. The first thing is to be aware of it and to get yourself back on track. So just dial it back on in, get refocused, and start from where you left off. So the things that we're going to talk about in today's video are actually things that I cover in my self-awareness workbook, my guides, my journals, my affirmation decks. These are all of the things that we do to reflect on where we are, to realign ourselves, to get grounded, and set ourselves up for success. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to audit our year. We're going to look at things that worked, look at things that didn't work. Where did we get distracted? What made us start procrastinating? I personally know for myself, when I have a lot to do, I get overwhelmed and I'll just do nothing. And I know there's somebody else out there that's like this too. What I do is I make a running list of things that I need to do per day, some major things that I need to do per week, and top 3 things that I would like to get done that month. I'm a person who likes checking things off of a list. That way you can visually see what your goals are, so that by the end of the day, the end of the week, the end of the month, you don't feel like you haven't completed anything. Another big area for me where I went wrong was over scheduling myself. And that goes back to making a list of things that you want to do and things that you need to do. Sometimes when we're trying to show up for everybody, it gets in the way of us showing up for ourselves. And I'm a person, I want to be there for all the things, the birthdays, the graduations, the events, the celebrations. But the truth of the matter is, when you're trying to achieve a goal and you're trying to get to that next step for yourself, sometimes you're going to have to miss out. So that's going to be a big priority for the next few months moving ahead. That's not to say that you shouldn't go out and support your community or be in places, but just be very intentional with your time. So that brings me to time management. This is an area that I struggle with sometimes. So what I've been doing is setting timers for myself. I'll set an alarm with a notification that tells me what it is that I'm supposed to be doing at that time and giving myself enough time to get the things done. I'm a girl who likes to dilly-dally, so sometimes I take my time too much. So that helps to keep me structured and organized. So we've audited our year. We've looked at things that worked and things that didn't work, where we got distracted, and what we procrastinated on. Then we're going to focus on our time management. We're going to break down our schedules so that we're using our time wisely. And then next, we're going to pick 2 or 3 things to focus on. Again, I overwhelm myself with things to do. I'm working on a book, I'm throwing events, I'm taking trips, and that can easily become overwhelming and too much when you start piling on too much things for you to do. Because another big part of this is resting. And that might sound counterproductive, but rest is productive. We need to carve out time for us to do absolutely nothing, because that's when you are restored. Your creativity is restored, your energy is restored when you carve out time for you to intentionally rest and do nothing but show up for yourself. This is a time for you to slow down, cook a meal from home, watch some TV, journal, go for slow walks, stretch. Just make time for yourself, at least an hour a day. I want to make an emphasis on resting, because a lot of us move throughout life on go, busy, and don't make time to sit down, and we get burnt out. And this is a cozy time, and get cozy. Cuddle up on a couch with a blanket and a book and take care of you. Check in with you. Journal. And shameless plug, I have gratitude journals and a bedside buddy journal. So if you are somebody who's interested in guided journaling, that would be a perfect option for you to look into. Now, in picking 2 or 3 areas for you to focus on, that could be your business, that could be your health, that could be family, that could be your finances. You could even pick 1 area per month. Make sure that you're scheduling your appointments before the end of the year. Dental, vision, your annual checkups. If you got insurance, you better use it. But just carve out time to be consistent with the things that you need to take care of. The end of the year gets busy with the holidays and shopping and so much things to do that these things are easy to forget and put on the back burner. Don't go into the new year saying, I wish I would have done. Let's just do it now. The next thing that you could focus on is just organizing your space, your mental space and your physical space. If you watched previous videos, you would see that my wall was unfinished for a while. It was a project that I started and stopped because it was just so overwhelming for me. So what I did was I took a weekend and just got it done. There was a lot that went into it, but I finally did it and I love it and it looks so good. And it feels like my space is coming together. We also redid our bedroom, and I show all of this over on my vlog channel, how we're just updating our space. It's very important for you to feel comfortable in your space, especially as we're moving into cooler months where we're going to be spending a lot of time at home. It's important for your space to feel comfortable. So focus on decluttering, getting rid of things that are no longer serving you, things that you no longer need. Go through your mail and get rid of the things in the mail that you no longer need. Shred them. Get rid of the excess. Create a cozy, warming, and welcoming environment for yourself. Make your room an oasis. My goal for myself has been making my home feel like a vacation. From my bedroom, I want my bedroom to feel like a hotel room. I want my back porch to feel like a vacation. We're going to get a hammock and a projector. We're going to make it cozy so that we don't feel the need to be outside all the time or running away or always planning a vacation. We want this space to be something that we love to come back to. So my advice to you would be to do the same thing. Take care of your space, because quiet as it's kept, your environment is a reflection of what you got going on mentally. So if you've got clutter everywhere in your house, that means you have clutter everywhere in your mind. So take some time to make your home a beautiful space to live in. Next, I want to talk about disciplining your small habits. Small moments of your day that you can start to build discipline. Some suggestions might be the way that you start your mornings. Not starting your mornings on your phone. Not rolling over and grabbing your phone. Rolling over and just sitting in silence. Getting up, stretching, going downstairs to get a glass of water, or just having water next to you. Starting your day in a way that doesn't increase your stress levels and anxiety. Writing down how you want your day to go. Carving out time for prayer and gratitude for just the opportunity of having another day. I love starting my day in peace and quiet. When I wake up, my husband's already gone for work for the day, so I'm able to just get up and just look outside, journal, play with the dog, drink some water, drink some tea, and then get myself ready for the day. It makes such a difference than when you're up and rushing and checking all your notifications and creating chaotic environment in your mind. Use this time to be mindful and intentional about how you're using it. Start your day off on a good foot. And lastly, as I was talking about with my wall, make it a point to finish up one loose end. That way you'll feel more accomplished. So that could be a task that you've been putting off, some debt you need to pay off, a project you've been working on, something that really needs your time, attention, and nurturing that you can be intentional about pouring your time into. Just because the year is ending doesn't mean that the opportunities aren't still there. You still have time to go out with a bang. I was working on a project the beginning of the year and I said, oh, I'm going to be done by May. May came and it didn't happen. Then I said, oh, I'm going to be done by July. July came and it didn't happen. Then I said, oh, my deadline is going to be in September. September is literally tomorrow and I'm still working on it. And so because of that, because I know I have this project that I really wanted to get done this year, and I allowed myself to get distracted with other things and other people, and sometimes making excuses about why I wasn't getting them done and just procrastinating because it's a big project. The only way to get it done is to block out the noise and focus. So if you're somebody like me and you got a big goal that you're trying to finish or a big project that you really want to get done, take this time and go all in. Ask for help if you need it. If you need your community support, tell people what you need. You don't have to do everything by yourself, but also don't get distracted. I can't say this enough. I was talking to a friend of mine about not wanting to disappoint people, and she said, would you rather disappoint them or disappoint yourself? And I was like, ooh. But when I was honest with myself, I realized that sometimes it's easier to disappoint yourself than it is to disappoint others. I'm a person who doesn't like to disappoint people, but moving on in this season of my life, I'm realizing that in order to get where you want to be, sometimes you're going to have to disappoint people, and that hurts. But also, it's okay. Hopefully they'll understand. And if they don't, then it's okay. You've got to still keep growing in your season. So take this season to shed what no longer serves you, the habits, the mindsets, the environments, the people, and move into where you're supposed to be. Do the things that you're supposed to be doing. So I'm hoping the algorithm did its thing and that this video reached the right person. Don't let the beginning of the year come. Don't let the end of the year come without you getting serious about you, your dreams, your goals, and your aspirations. Spend this holiday season loving on your people, but also spend time loving on yourself and nurturing the dreams inside of you. That's all for today, loved ones. Again, be sure to check out my self-care shop where I have affirmation decks, digital guides, my self-awareness workbook, and a wealth of other resources to help you get aligned with your health, your wealth, and your mindset. Sending you all so much love and encouragement. I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.